Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Just want to let you know I'm Gilly and my husband is Gary and we've been married for 27 years. I'm 65, Gary's 56. So we've been together forever and we really do get on and love each other and it's really lovely to be together. Today's recipe we're going to be looking at is cottage pie, topped with cheddar cheese and served with green vegetables and rich gravy. Hope you enjoy this. This was it all finished and dished up on the plate, ready for eating. It was really delicious, and I'm going to go through how I made this. So I'm going to get my vegetables ready first. So I used carrots and onions and also mushrooms for the vegetables. So at the minute I'm just chopping up the carrots. So I do cut them into, dice them into small dices. So I'm peeling them first. So I'm just dicing the carrots. I'm dicing them as small as I can, and that's just so that they'll cook in the pan. They're quite hard vegetables, so if you don't cook them small, then they'll just take longer to cook and you'll end up with hard carrots. So cut them small as you can. And then get the potatoes ready for the cottage pie top. So I did 3 cottage pies, and so it's really getting the potatoes that you need for the mash. If you've got some left over, then that's fine, you can just use it again, but better to have more than not enough, if you get me drift. And then pop them on to boil, my lovelies. And then we're going to get the vegetables cooked. So first job is popping the carrots in an oiled pan. We're going to put some diced onions in, so probably about 100 grams of those. Then season with salt and pepper. Give these a fry for a little while until the onions start to cook and the carrots soften a little bit. Probably 2 or 3 minutes will do that. Then add your minced beef into the mix. So the minced beef we used was 5% beef mince and we used 250 grams for this, and this serves 3 people. Then I added an oxo cube, a stock cube or a stock pot, whatever you want to use to give it flavour, and a little bit of salt, just add that in. Then we added some mushrooms in there, just some chopped mushrooms, and then give it a mix and a stir. So you've got your stock cube, your vegetables in there, which is perfect. Then add a splash of red wine if you want to, or some tomato puree to give it a little bit more flavour. Worcester sauce, if you've got it, adds flavour. I didn't have any, I just had the red wine, so I added the red wine in there for flavour. Then give it a mix. If you are using red wine, then make sure the red wine's evaporated before your next step. My red wine has evaporated now, so I'm going to add about 300 millilitres of stock. So that is an oxo cube with water or a stock pot or something like that, and just add that, and that's just to make some thick gravy for your cottage pies. And I just use some gravy granules just to thicken it up. So just add as much as you want in there and keep stirring until you get the consistency. You don't want it too runny because you're going to put mashed potato on top. So get it nice and thick so that it's going to stand the mashed potato. And this is now looking lovely. It's looking nice and thick. So ready now to put into the dishes. So I had 3 portions of this, so I put them on a baking tray and I'm ready to put the mashed potato on the top. I'm just popping the mashed potato on top of the gravy and the meat mixture, and as you can see, it's just dropping on the top. It's not sinking or anything like that because it's thick enough to hold the mashed potato. And then I'll just tidy it up a bit. I'm going to add some cheese on top of mine because I like that cheese crust, but you don't have to have cheese on top of this. You can also have Parmesan on top instead of cheddar or whatever cheese that you want on top of this. But I like just the cheddar. It just gives it that nice crust and a nice flavour as well. This is the veg that we use. You just put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, but the veg is really nice. It's green veg, it keeps it fresh, and it's so tasty. So this it's now time to dish up. So firstly I'm going to put the vegetables on, which as you'll see are nice and green. They've kept the colour, and they're lovely. You get mange too, you get some baby broccoli, you get some green beans. So really lovely vegetables, and they're from Tesco's, and I think they're just a couple of quid, and you can feed. We just used it for 2 people. So we just added a little bit of gravy in a little jug for us. We didn't need that much, to be honest, because there's gravy in the cottage pie that you use. Then the star of the show is the cottage pie. So what she done is, because they'll come out really hot, but we ate it with a fork, and then when it got a bit cooler, we dug in with a spoon. So it was really nice cottage pie. You see the crust on top of it, and the gravy nice and rich and thick, and that's it. That's all done, and didn't take that long to cook. That's it for the cottage pie. So come back for the next meal that we have. We are having a chicken korma. I'm going to have another bash at that, but it is a different one. So come back for that. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.